Today I am going to show you how to cast from a Mac or any other AirPlay device to a Chromebook using Linux and AirPlay like before, using something called Uxplay. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is so you can get to it by going to here and then clicking on the settings icon, and then we're going to press the main menu and scroll down to About Chrome OS. Down here you'll see a category for developers, and we want to set up the Linux development environment. This app doesn't take up too much storage, so you can get away with probably 5 gigabytes. I wouldn't recommend too much less, but you can always increase it later. And there you go. This terminal will open as soon as Linux has installed, so that's how you know it's done. Here on the GitHub, you can see we are a Debian based Linux system, so this is our installation command, which will be in the description. And you can do, if you come over, right click to paste and hit enter to run the command, you can see this is going to install about 9 megabytes of that's how big the app is, so you can hit yes. There's one more thing we need to install, and that is the necessary dependencies. Mainly just some GStreamer plugins would the Uxplay work correctly. Now that that's all installed, we can do the final thing. We need to change to our computer, and that is going back to settings and scrolling down to About Chrome OS, and then the Linux development environment and port forwarding. So we need to port forward all of these. I've already done them, but basically you add them, add the port number here, and then add the type. If you want a label, you can. But yeah, you need all of these, and you need to turn them on after each time you restart your computer. But your computer does remember them. Yeah, we do this because it's a way to get past the firewall on Chrome, and those specific ports allows other computers on your network to send data to your computer, which is what we want. So you can run the command uxplay, and then we're going to go -p. This uses the ports that we have just assigned. I'm going to hit enter. If your device fails to connect to your, usually the number one issue is the ports are being blocked or something like that, and your firewall. Now that that's done, we are going to head over to our Mac, and we're going to go to the control center. Under here we have screen mirroring. We see Uxplay Penguin. You can change this name later if you want, but this is just the default. And in theory, you should see it connecting to your Chromebook, and then on the Mac you'll see you can select either entire screen, window, app, or extend display. So what we want is extend display. I feel like that's best. And on the Mac, you want to hit the full screen key, and well, ta-da! It's extending. My Chromebook has essentially frozen. You may notice I'm not able to move Windows over, or in fact do anything on this display. That is because it's frozen. This is for a number of reasons. The main one being we are doing it at the max resolution, bigger than the screen can handle, and a higher refresh than my Chromebook can handle. So we're going to change a few settings first. If you ever get any form of lag like this, the way to quit is to go down here to your terminal window and hit Control C. That will stop whatever program is running, including I recommend restarting your computer at least once after you have done this setup. Uxplay-H will show us all of the options. I am going to change this from the default screen resolution to the screen resolution of my computer using UX-P-X, and so mine is 1366 times 768. But I also want to change the refresh rate of the mirror, so we can go at 30, which means it will update 30 times a second, which is fine for a second display. You customize it to where you find the balance between lag and quality. But this works perfectly for me and for what I want to use it for. You'll see that I can now drag this over to the side with no problems at all. You can arrange the display by going to the displays menu in your Mac's settings and hitting arrange. And each time you do this, you will want to open the terminal, and if you don't use the terminal much, you can just hit the up. And so don't forget to also open all of those ports. Let me just show you a few different things I was able to do. Which has AirPlay, like this iPad 2, which uses an older protocol for AirPlay. Thank you for watching. If this was useful to you, please tell us how you used it down in the comments below. I'll provide lots of links down in the description, so have fun.